Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Drafted some fantasy football teams with my guy near Orfield from the Flannelverse here. And we got some DraftKings drafts to get into. $25 to enter, $3 million to the top man or woman who wins this tournament here. Neil, what's going on? You ready to chase this $3 million?
Oh, I'm ready. You got some free tickets going on? I wonder if I missed a chance to get some free tickets.
You must not have got into the 555 on Sunday. Did you not get into the Father's Day flash sale 555?
I can't remember what we were doing, but yeah, I was busy on Sunday, so I missed all that, and then saw after the fact that it was like tons of people doing 555s.
Yeah, that's what it was. Well, I mean, then you had like Shady, who was like going on for like ever, seeing like how many 555s can I draft before I just get bored or they stop filling or something like that. I think he drafted for like 5 or 6 hours or something crazy like that. So I don't know how many he got in, but I'm sure he got in at least a few. But yeah, the drafts were flying. We need more of that, DraftKings. We need more of that stuff. Sunday's a great day. I told my rep, I said, hey, listen, anytime you guys want to run promos on Sunday, I'm all for it. So keep it going here. So it was, I think it was draft 1, get 2 tickets.
Two $25 tickets. That's a really good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. So we got a ticket here. We're going to get into a $25. So if you want to draft with us, come on in. I'm jumping in right now. Of course, it's got to check my location. Always got to check my location. This location check, Neil, is the bane of my existence.
Oh, I have not been able to log on my computer. Like I have to do it. I have to sign in on my phone, or I have to like enter a draft on my phone. Yeah,
it's really? You get location check like this too?
Just like this week for the first time.
This is insane. Like literally, this is insane. Do I really have to go on my phone? DraftKings.
Yeah, that's what I've had to do.
DraftKings is going to tilt me to all end here.
Yep.
You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me here, DraftKings. So now I got to log in on my phone. Not a big deal, but
yeah,
to me, it's a pain.
I mean, yeah, it's a pain. You see, Shady says that he did approximately 10 fast drafts and 7 slows that filled on Sunday.
Damn, 10 fast drafts?
Yeah. 17 total. That's nuts.
All right, I'm in. So 3 of 12. So if anyone wants to get in, I finally got in. I just had to do it from my phone because, it is what it is here. But
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, reasons unknown. But that's okay. So we got in. So let's fill this thing up here and we'll get in. Yeah, no, I think Shady was in the one that I got in, and then I saw him after because I was live. After I hopped off, I saw his title to his stream was like, how many $500 drafts can I get into? And I was like,
nice.
This guy's insane. He's crazy.
Yeah.
But in a good way, crazy. I love it. So shout out to him. But I did notice his team. I will admit, I think his team was better than mine in the 555 that I did. I don't like admitting that.
Big of you to admit that. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm man enough to admit when I think I made a couple mistakes. I think I made a couple mistakes in the 555 draft here. So, it is what it is. We'll rebound on Sunday though, Neil. We'll be back.
You're going to be doing plenty. You'll get the best of him next time.
That's what I try to do anyways. I try to get the best of it was a sharp draft though. I mean, BP was in there. The Liam Murphy was in there. Shady was in there. There was a bunch of heavy hitters in there. It was a sharp draft.
I mean, usually 555s. There's like, it feels like it's like half people that I know usually. Like I know the usernames most of the time.
Yeah, like there were other usernames of people like I don't know them, but like I know that they're in there a good amount. You know what I mean? So like there are definitely those guys here. 2 of 12 left. If anyone wants to jump in with us, $25 to enter, $3 million to first on DraftKings here. Hopefully fills in a second, and then we'll get this going. Bang, and I got it up.
Nice.
All right. So Neil, what's going on? Have you been drafting a ton this past weekend, or have you been taking a little slow? Like, how many drafts have you gotten in this thing?
I have not been doing a ton of fast drafts just because I'm in 300 slows right now. So I'm getting my volume in. I don't
Slow
feel the
hell.
need to be continuously doing fast drafts. Yeah. So this has not been. I also like, because I'm doing so many slows and I know that I want to do most of my drafting in August. I'm like, I don't really have that many bullets to shoot right now. I kind of want to save them for August when things are moving, and I feel like I have more of an edge then. Whereas right now, it just kind of feels like it's the same landscape that it's been for the last 3 weeks, basically. So I don't feel
Mhm.
like I have like some kind of growing edge right now. So I'm just kind of taking it easy in
You're
fast
slow
drafts right now.
rolling it. You're slow
Yeah,
rolling it a little
exactly.
bit. Yeah, I
Slow roll
see.
until we start getting more information. And I like to be in slow drafts because then you like continuously in slow drafts as news hits, because then you'll be like on the board when, hey, suddenly this player like RB1 went out and I'm at pick 140 and now I can get the RB2 here at 140. So I like to kind of spread out the slow drafts and only jump into fast when I feel like there is moving, parts that I like in the, draft landscape.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, Shady. This is exactly what happened. Had 2 5 5s. Couldn't quite get the three at once. I did get hit by the quarterback run. That's exactly what happened. This is why I hated my draft when I finished it. I felt like, so I only had two quarterbacks, Neil. I think Trevor Lawrence and I think it was Bo Nix were the
Okay.
two, if
You
I
can survive
remember
that.
correctly. It just didn't feel good. You know what I mean? I missed on a bunch of quarterbacks. That the run on quarterbacks went, and those high stake ones, I feel like majority of the drafts, quarterbacks get pushed up and you got to go kind of get them,
Yeah.
as opposed to like, oh, they'll fall to me, right? Like in these they'll fall. Like in the $25, you can push Joe Burrow to 70. That'll happen. You know what I mean? That'll happen. Doesn't happen as much in the bigger dollar stuff. It'll happen sometimes, but it doesn't happen as much. And I definitely got hit by the quarterback run like
Yeah.
multiple times where I was like, I'll get this guy, and then nope, just snipe, and yeah.
I imagine in those higher stakes, like people are playing the room more too. So it's like they know there's only so many. I mean, there's only like 25, 26 like starting quarterbacks this year because we have so many uncertain situations. So they know they can really screw other people within the room. And that's a bigger edge in like a 555 where, each room is a bigger proportion of the whole field. Whereas like in the $25, like who cares? You don't really need to be like you obviously you're still trying to advance out of your pod,
Mhm.
but it's like a pretty small portion of the whole field. So I think it's a little bit less like room watching in the $25 drafts, whereas a 555, like people are paying attention, like, oh, there are two teams that need a quarterback here. Like they only have one quarterback there, they can be totally screwed, and they're like looking to screw other teams more so than the $25.
The one other thing I think that, so like Spilkowski asked, we're using the sidekick. So I was using the sidekick, but I made one critical error when it was telling me to draft a specific quarterback earlier that I only had a week 17 correlation with. I didn't have anyone on his team, and I ended up IKBing off of that pick. And
Mm.
I think that's really what ended up because I think if I ended up taking that quarterback, I would have felt better about my team. I think it was Drake May, if I
Oh, I was
remember
gonna say it's
correctly.
got to be Patrick Mahomes. Like that's 100% Patrick
No, no,
Mahomes,
no,
right?
no, no,
But
no.
okay, Drake May
I
makes
would
sense too.
have I would have
Yeah.
taken Patrick Mahomes for sure. It was Drake May, and I was like, I can get, in my head, I'm thinking like I can get this quarterback like in the next round, and this quarterback in the next. Yeah, so that's the way it works. Sometimes it's better off to listen to the kick. Also, there were a few kick users in there, so I should
Yeah.
have known that and been like, if I don't take this guy, I'm sure there's a couple other users that it's giving a similar recommendation to like just go get a quarterback
Yeah.
in this field. Um, so yeah, it is what it is. But we're on pick 11
Oh
here.
baby.
Saquon Barkley goes at 10. So we get, man, we put Justin Jefferson on the cover. I know you're a Vikings fan,
Yeah.
so I was like, Neil will like,
I mean,
Justin Jefferson being on the cover. I'm not a huge Justin Jefferson guy. You see, I have Ashton Genty over Justin Jefferson overall, but let's take some Jefferson here.
Yeah, it's a good spot to get him at 11. Now we'll get a wide receiver running back start most likely.
Yeah, probably something like that. Is Flowers this year's JSN?
Probably
What do you
not.
think?
I doubt that he sees the kind of volume. I'm big on Flowers this year. But I mean, I also like, who are we going to have this year's JSN? I don't know that we're going to. I guess he's as good as bet as anybody because we don't have a ton of target competition there. So maybe. I guess we'll go with maybe.
If I had to pick this year's JSN, I don't think it'd be Zay. It'd probably be Brock Bowers. But I don't know why we do this, Neil. Why is it like
we're always trying to pattern match? Yeah,
it's just, I guess it makes for fun content, right? Something to talk about, right? Who's going to be this third round pick that is really a first round pick? I mean, let's be honest. JT, if Daniel Jones didn't get hurt, JT would have been the other person we would have been talking about, like, who's this year's JT? You know what I mean? But like, obviously he slowed down when Jones got hurt. The kick saying Drake London, Ashton Genty went, which is a bummer. Kenneth normally don't see
any of
Chase
these top
Brown
three
up here. Which one do you want?
Top four, actually, I'd be fine with.
Well,
I would probably go with Chase Brown.
All right, let's do it. Let's do Chase Brown. So we got a Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson start here. I feel like I don't have a start like that, so that's nice. I like getting a different start every now and then. Let me just pull this up here a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a unique one. I really was hoping Ashton Genty was going to fall. If we had got Jefferson Genty, that would have been the nuts for me.
That would have been whenever I can get Genty in the second round, I feel so good about it.
Yeah. I was honestly, I was tempted to take Genty in the first round because I almost felt like Jefferson was more likely to come back to us, but that's got to be wrong. Like, because I think he has the early ADP. Just feels like people are thirsty for Genty right now. So I don't know. ADP doesn't reflect the thirstiness.
Mario says, I want to be this year's JSU. I don't know about that, but I mean, love it. Thank you. Appreciate it, Mario.
What did he mean?
I got a screaming baby in my house right now. So I don't know if are you sure you want to be this year's JSU? Because it's fucking loud in this house, like 90% of the time. You
want to be last year's JSU. The one who was making babies.
Yeah, exactly. Not the one who's in this point right here where they're just screaming constantly and they're hungry and there's nothing you can do about it. Like there's nothing I can do to, you know what I mean, Neil? It's it's like literally nothing I could do about it.
Sorry, buddy. I don't produce that.
Yeah.
I guess to be fair,
he'll suck my arm and it's the worst. Like he'll leave like mouth on my arm and I'm like, and he's hungry. he's doing it again.
Well, so to his point, he says he wants to be this year's JSU. Usually that means I want to be, the JSU from last year, this year. So he is saying it right. He wants to be the guy who's making babies.
I got you.
Like
I got you.
So that actually makes sense.
Yep. What's going on, Corey Holt? Good to see you, Dr. The One Professor here. GM. Thought leaders here. That's Neil. That's not me. That's
thought leaders.
Neil.
Sure.
Definitely not me.
Spelkowski thinks that you should be. They got silicone putty earplugs that are like wax you stuff in your ears, chest feeding. I don't know what that means. That as somebody who doesn't have a baby, that doesn't make any sense to me. I thought he was saying that you could like wear a prosthetic boobs or something, but I don't understand.
Neil, I didn't tell you. So my wife for Father's Day, she got me, you know how the women have those like shirts that they put the baby in and they'll walk around with them in the front of their chest.
Like a baby Bjorn, isn't that what that is?
Yeah, like to hold them and stuff like that. So my wife got me this, like, for Father's Day, got me this like vest. It looks like a military vest, like a weight vest, but it's to sit a child in. And I was like, honey, come on, I can't wear this thing. So she got me this like thing that looks like a weight vest, but it's literally to put the kid in. I'm like, I don't know if I could still wear this thing, but it definitely looks a little cooler.
Yeah. Nice,
just to say. So
you'll have to post it online sometime.
I don't know if I'm going to be wearing that thing, but she thought it was funny. So
that is
she
funny.
got a laugh of it. Yeah. You got a laugh out of it. All right, we're almost up here. Lad goes. Ooh, CD Hampton, Lad. That's a fun little start right there. I I was hearing some stuff. I actually was listening to a Chargers podcast. I forget the two guys' names, but they have a big Chargers podcast, and we're up right now. Garrett Wilson's at the top of the
So
kick.
I am Colston Loveland here. I think. What do you think?
You don't have to sell me on Colston Loveland.
I know I don't.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I want to do it.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, you never have to sell me on Colston.
Yeah, I figured to be okay with that. Just because it's such a boring range. Like I don't care that much about who.
Do we go Luther Burden too?
We could double up. We could go a full JSU.
Or do we go like Javonte or Garrett? What do you think?
I think probably not Luther Burden. I think I'm more inclined to go Javonte or Garrett Wilson.
Which one?
Javonte.
All right, there we go.
I think it's like you get a quota of how many times you can IKB off the top of the kick. So,
that's
we just had our fun.
What's our quota, by the way?
I think we can IKB up to 8 times in a 20-round draft.
8 times? I was thinking you were going to say like a quarter of the draft, but like 8 times. Okay, we can do that. I think that's going to be easy.
Right?
Yeah.
So how many have we done so far? We've already done IKB on Chase
Brown and Loveland.
And Loveland, 2. Yeah. We've done 2 out of 4 so far.
That's all right. We'll slow down at some point. We'll slow down and agree at some point. But all right, so there we go. We got a Jefferson, Chase Brown, Loveland, Javonte Williams start here. Like it. I like it a lot. But I was listening to this podcast, and they were talking about how there are actually a few things that were interesting to me. Like one, they were saying like for fantasy, the way the offense they think is going to go, the guy you might just want is Justin Herbert. Because it might really be just this rotation and spread out to where like, Omari and Hampton scoring some touchdowns, but like they're using Keaton Mitchell and they're using Kamani Vidal and they're using the 3 tight ends, and Charlie Kohler did look good, but like they still have the other 2 guys, and then the receivers, they've got all these different, QJ and Ladd and Trey, and they even brought up Brennan Thompson and his speed, and it's like they could just really rotate these guys a little bit, and it might be frustrating for fantasy purposes. Now, I think best ball is a little different than like a season long, which is I think more what they were alluding to when they said fantasy, but it got me thinking. I was like, man, like, should I be drafting Chargers early? Like, should I be in on, because I think to answer the question of who's this year's JSN, if you made me pick a 3rd round guy, it wouldn't be Zay Flowers. I think it would be Ladd would be the guy in my head that I think could explode and be this year's JSN. I just don't know if they're going to use him that way. I don't know if it's going to be this big rotation and they're going to look at trying to utilize all these guys' different skill sets. With Brennan Thompson, we know that Mike McDaniels Mike McDaniels had posters in his wall for Keaton, and he wanted to take his shirt off when they drafted Brennan Thompson.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know he wanted to take his shirt off.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He was ready to take his shirt off and run through a wall. I'm pretty sure he said that like on the call. He was like, I'll take my shirt off or something like that if we pick this guy. So either way, he was in love with Brennan Thompson in the draft. I'm not saying they're going to use him a ton, but I just got me thinking. It was like, man, it is making me scared because I'm clicking Ladd a lot, and it's making me scared.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I think I'm about even with the field on Ladd. I have not been a ton. The other one that could be in that conversation, I think the Eagles came out and said that Devonta Smith could be this year's JSN. Like we could use him like JSN this year. So that's seems unlikely at this point for Devonta Smith. I don't think that he's the same level of talent as JSN, but the fact that they suggested it as a possibility. I also have to give a shout out to Nick Costantino, who came in here and said Pitt's got an extension. I look on my phone to see, is that true? Where is he finding this? Didn't see it, and then a minute later pops up with Underdog. So he beat Underdog to the inside information. Apparently, just has Shefty.
What does he have? Shefty.
Yeah, he's got the Shefty
alerts on.
Yeah,
that's impressive, Nick. That's
3 years, 54 million extension for Pitts.
Oh, Travion went. I wanted Travion so bad. He's a guy I'm trying to draft more of. All right. So the kick has My mortal enemy, Bucky Irving, at the top here. My other mortal enemy, Jadarian Price. So we got to go one of them, Neil. Which one are we going?
Bucky. I mean, we
Okay.
got it because we have a quota to meet here.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Man, this is going to be a draft of guys that I am totally not into with Jenna and Bucky Irving is the funniest part. I do like, though, how Carnell Tate just jumped over Jadarian Price.
Yeah. I was hoping that would happen.
Fan. Yes. So you're cool with that?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm just thinking I was just, spitballing. You brought up Smith. I like Ladd. The chat. I've heard people say the Zay thing for JSN. I mean, I think there's a few of these guys that you could see kind of make that overall leap. Jalen Waddle. Someone brought. Here we go. Goes Card said Waddle will be a first round pick next year. I mean, there's another guy, Neil, in a new offense. Sean Payton. But do they do a similar thing? I don't think they will because they did invest a good amount in getting Jalen Waddle. But like, do they do the same thing where it's more of a rotation than just a force feeding Jalen Waddle type of thing? You know what I mean? They have other good players. Cortland Sutton is a good player. I think Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin are solid receivers. They got 3 running backs. The tight ends, not as good. But
yeah. I mean, and Sean Payton has just always rotated so much that is my concern also, is that Jalen Waddle, like you would think that they just spent a first round pick on him. Like they're going to use him a ton. But that is a slight concern for me, but I think that you are right that like they spent too much to get Waddle, that they're not going to like, they're going to use him. I think, like a wide receiver. Like a clear top receiver. Just get a notification that my softball game is canceled and no game next week. Wow.
Okay. Oh man. So you get no game this week and no, was it raining there?
It is raining here today. Yeah. I think the Twins are going to be canceled too, most likely.
Okay. Yeah. It rained all day here yesterday. The rain just stopped at like 1 today. So I finally got to take my dog for a walk, which was nice, but nice. Yeah, it literally rained all day. JSU, given you not on Justin Jefferson, if you got CD at 11 and he fell to you at 14, would you take him or would you personally prefer a running back there? I would take him. And the reason why I would take him has nothing to do with my personal, take on, I don't love Justin Jefferson, in the first round compared to these other guys. It's more because that would be a combo that I think rarely you're able to take, period. So I think it would be a mistake, even though I'm out on said player in the first round compared to when CD and Amon-Ra and some of these other guys are still on the board, JT. But that doesn't mean like if he fell to me at 14, I won't take him. Just, you know what I mean? We don't want to be like steadfast.
Everybody's got their price. Everybody's got their price. Yeah,
exactly. Someone made the case like if Jeremiah Love went to the 4th round, would you take Jeremiah Love? And it's like, well, yeah. Right. I don't like him in the 2nd round. Yeah. I don't like him in the early 3rd round. But if he falls to the end of the 3rd round, would I take Jeremiah Love? Yeah, I would, because now that's a price I can stomach at a value, and honestly, on the opposite side of a board that he normally goes on the other side. So all those things would make me want to take him, even though I am technically out, because where I have him ranked, he very rarely ever falls to me. Right. I think he's fallen to me twice where I've had him ranked in the 500 drafts I've done.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, but you, like you said, it's like a combo of, okay, now he's falling to where I have him ranked, and then you also get the unique combo. So like there's a lot of factors that are like, yeah, clearly I want to take Justin Jefferson at 14, get this combo that nobody else has. And that was like, so my best DraftKings team last year had Bijan Robinson, Puka Nacua, and AJ Brown. And AJ Brown like never fell to the 3rd round. And that was like, well, obviously I have to take AJ Brown here because now I'm going to have a trio of players that nobody else is going to have. Like maybe not in the, probably somebody had it in the entire tournament, but like really, really difficult to get this combo, even though AJ Brown at the time, there was like some bad buzz around him. And reasons that he was falling. All right, we are on.
I thought we were going to get Jalen Warren to fall to us. Are you cool with Mekhi Lemon? I like Mekhi
Yeah,
Lemon.
I'm cool with Mekhi Lemon.
All right.
So we've only strayed twice from the kick so far.
Yeah, we're doing well right now.
Yeah,
we're doing well.
We're
I'll tell you right now,
anyway.
if the kick tells me RJ Harvey, though, I'm going to kick it out, and we're going to IKB. I'm going to kick it out here and not go RJ Harvey. Thank God. Right. Dak Prescott, get a quarterback.
Yep. Stack them up with Javonte.
All right, let's do that then. All right, there we go. We got a nice fall on Dak. So we got Justin Jefferson, Chase Brown, Colson Loveland, Javonte Williams, Bucky Irving, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, and Dak Prescott to start us out here. Good start to the team, Neil. I feel good about that.
Yeah, like it's, we only have the quarterback with the running back stack, but it's better than not having any stack at all. Like if we just end up with Dak and Javonte being the only stack from the Cowboys, we can live with that. The players are really
options.
strong.
We have options.
Yeah, you can always go on Ferguson, Flournoy. I don't know if there's anybody else you like, but at least those two.
Yeah, 20th year straight, fantasy drafters thought they could outsmart Sean Payton is evil for fantasy, okay? Yeah. He doesn't care about fantasy, and all he can. I think honestly, it feels like he just wants, he enjoys it too, but like it feels he's not doing it to slight any fantasy guys, but it does feel personal.
Sometimes I wonder if he is. Like, I wouldn't be totally surprised if he's like, we could score with this guy who's on a lot of fantasy rosters or this other guy who's not on a lot of fantasy rosters. I feel like he would break a tie towards like, let's screw the players who, are playing fantasy right now.
And like the buzz, right? So like Jonah Coleman's getting a lot of buzz right now, but then J.K. Dobbins is like, oh, we promised J.K. would be like the guy, and it's like, okay. And then you still got this RJ Harvey guy that you drafted last year. It's like, what are we doing here? What's going to happen? Is everyone just going to have a role and all three of them are going to play, Neil? Because I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what pretty much what they did last year until Dobbins got hurt.
Until they had to.
Yeah.
Right.
RJ Harvey became pretty relevant after the Dobbins injury, but before that, it was like, everybody's got their own little role and never consistent and just the grossest backfield.
So bad. It was so gross. What about Tet, this year's JSN? What do you think about Tet? I struggle with Tet, like third round Tet. Where he's falling now in the fourth round, I can kind of stomach it more.
Yeah, the issue is just for me is Bryce Young. Like I believe in Tetero McMillan as a talent. Like I think he could be the guy potentially, and like maybe they force feed the ball to him. And Sam Darnold like is not like the most elite talent, and JSN was playing. So if they really force feed it to Tet, then maybe. But he also like Jalen Coker is pretty good. Who knows if Brezel is any good? So it does feel like there's
how many mouths can they actually feed in Carolina? Yeah, that's a good point. Like
if Bryce Young takes a big step forward, then maybe it could happen.
You make a really good point, and I've made this point before, but it's like the reason why I said Lad. If you look at all the other, receivers we're talking about here, that could be the next JSN. You brought up Bryce Young with Tet. Devontae Smith was brought up. Jalen Hurts, right? Brock Bowers, Kirk Cousins, Mendoza, whoever's the quarterback here. Zay Flowers, Lamar, like Justin Herbert, I think is the best pure quarterback of all of those guys.
Yeah.
Of all of those guys. I'm not saying that Lamar's not a better fantasy option. He is. But as a pure passer, Justin Herbert is better.
So supporting a wide receiver. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. We're almost up here. We might get a.
Ooh.
So do you want to take Brooks and just pray K. James doesn't screw us?
Yeah, man, that is tough.
Now Jackson Dart's still on the board, so
okay, so we could go Dart if we go Brooks. Yeah, I think we go Brooks.
He's got Scadaboo too, so Dart does make sense. All right, let's go Brooks, and let's just pray.
If he already had a quarterback, I would feel a lot more confident, but
I know. I feel confident he takes Dart. I just
yeah.
You never know when they just like double tap quarterback in this spot, and you're like, shit.
Yeah. Is it a sidekick user? You never know.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, if it's a sidekick user, Kyler Murray might be the top option right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not even Jackson Dart with Scatterboo.
Yeah.
Sidekick's not in on Dart, I feel like, as much. Okay, so I think he auto-drafted there. He took Dart.
All right. So if he auto drafts again, it would be maybe worthy, but depends if he has rankings in.
J.K. Dobbins maybe too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dobbins has the earlier ADP.
Yeah, that's the early ADP.
Is he auto drafting or is he trolling? Is he like, all right, we're gonna make
it
you
would
guys
be
sweat
funny.
this?
He might be trolling.
Yeah.
I think he's auto drafting, but he might be trolling here. Oh, JK, he's auto drafting.
So we are straying from the kick if we take Kyler, looks like.
Oh, well, do we want to do this?
I still think probably Kyler, but I do like Xavier Worthy too. So if you'd rather just follow the kick.
No. You tell me.
Yeah, probably Kyler.
All right, let's do Kyler. What is up with did you notice this? DraftKings, they don't like fully glow when you're up.
What do you mean?
Like the box doesn't get like green like it used to.
Oh,
it's
really?
Like
No,
dim. Did you notice that?
No, I did not.
Look at my screen the next time. Even remove looks different. Look at where it says remove. Doesn't that look different?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm telling you, look at the next time we're up. Look, I'll cue someone up and look at the box. It doesn't like fully glow.
I think I actually have noticed that before. That I think it's kind of a recent thing.
That's definitely a recent. I mean, recent is in like the last couple days.
Yeah. Maybe it's temporary.
Go Easy Cards wanted us sniped.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, we already have a quarterback. We'd be fine. We'd survive.
He also says, we all know when Neighbors is back and healthy, he will be the next JS. If Neighbors is back and healthy and plays for the majority of the season, then he will end up being one of the best picks in fantasy football.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of Neighbors, so.
Me neither.
I am praying that that's not the case, but.
Praying on that man's downfall.
Yeah, I am just praying that his knee is not 100%. But if he's back and healthy, honestly too, Neil, if he's back and healthy and the Giants can like stay healthy, the Giants like can actually win that division. I think their team could be like decent if everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they are like he is.
Yeah.
They need
also.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, Scat, I was more worried about Jackson Dart though. Like,
oh yeah.
Him staying healthy, Neighbors. Because like, again, Tyrone Tracy has shown he can be decent if they need him to be. So I don't think Scat's as big of a deal, but like you can't lose Neighbors and you can't lose Dart, I think long term.
Yeah.
Jameis can give you some, if like Dart goes out for like a couple games, Jameis can hold down the fort, I think, for like a few games, give you a chance, right? Neil, give you a chance to win games. But like you still need Dart for like a majority of the season if you want to actually compete.
Yeah, you don't want Jameis to be your season-long quarterback, like because he's really volatile, which is fun for any given Sunday. He can win the game, but like he's going to lose a lot of those games for you too. So you'd rather just have Dart there. Yeah, and Scatterboo, like a running back, I think is just like not as impactful as a quarterback or a wide receiver generally. So yeah, I think Scatterboo matters a little bit less there.
If Neighbors was healthy, where would you rank him with like the top receivers?
Probably.
Like, would you have him
after
like in the CD Justin Jefferson range?
Maybe at the top of that range. I would think he would be at the top of that range. Maybe behind Amon-Ra, but yeah, somewhere around there, I think.
Yeah, I think healthy Neighbors would probably be in the CD Justin Jefferson range. I'd probably have him ahead of JJ, right with CD, and Amon-Ra right ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'd be right up there for sure. Damn good. All right, so we've got what do we got here? 2-4-3-1 build going, Neil. I like it. Even the Colson Loveland pick, which I know it's a little on in the third round, but I like the way this team's kind of filling out a little bit here.
Yeah. To me, it's just Colston Loveland. It's just such a flat tier for me with like the wide receivers and running backs there that it's like you just if you want Loveland, you just take him in the third and then take whoever falls back, and I'm okay letting the person at the turn make that decision for us.
It was funny. 2 days ago, Zach was sending me screenshots. Look, Colson Loveland, top guy on the kick. He was top guy on the kick. I was like, man, I never get Colson Loveland as the top guy on the kick.
Yeah. Unless he falls to like the 4 or 5 turn.
I think in his screenshot he did.
Yeah.
I was like, man, run pure.
Nice. Yeah, Andrews, or I like Diggs also. I'd be fine with either.
Which one do you want to go first?
I guess let's go Andrews because we have our quota to hit of sidekick optimal.
Tight ends.
No, I'm just doing the sidekick optimal.
Yeah, but with the sidekick, I feel like there's a quota of
4 or 5 tight ends minimum.
4 or 5 tight ends. I
did a stream yesterday and I took Brock Bowers and still ended up with 5 tight ends. It really wanted me to take Jackson Hawes. I ultimately gave in. I passed on him.
It's had me saying Jackson Hawes too in a couple drafts. Only a couple, but so your team must have been good.
I think it was a pretty good team. It wasn't like a killer team, but yeah.
It must have been pretty good because they were telling you to take Jackson Hawes at the end.
True. It's like you have completed this. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, dude, you can spend the 20th round pick on Jackson Hawes. You're good. Yeah. Like you got the rest here.
I was expecting it's either that or I completely killed the team and it was just like, you know what? You're just not going to win with this team. So we're just going to give you a random player. One of those two.
For a shit stack. Oh, and Stephon Diggs falls back to us here.
Nice. Love that.
Steph Diggs. For a shit stack, would you rather Coker and Young or Shaheed and Darnold?
Man, that's close. I think I would go Shaheed and Darnold.
So
I love Coker, but it just like
what sucks about this is I think Sam Darnold's the better quarterback.
Yep.
But I think Coker's the better fantasy option.
Yeah.
I think he can give you more viable like fantasy weeks than Shaheed, who's still going to play some special teams. He's still going to be they're still going to run like some 12 and be heavy Seattle probably. So like there's still going to be spots where Shaheed gets taken off the field. Whereas like Jalen Coker, I think is going to be like in every down wide receiver. I mean, like number 2 wide receiver. So he's going to be on the field for the majority of snaps. I think that's extremely valuable. I know it's not the answer to the question that you wanted because you wanted one or the other. It just, it sucks. I guess I would have to lean Sam Darnold with Neil, but
it's close. It's really close.
Definitely close.
Good
100%.
Question.
And as we talk about them, Bryce Young and Sam Darnold go back to back.
Yeah, nice. There, and neither of them stacked with said partners though.
No, JSN with Sam Darnold, right here.
Oh, JSN with Sam. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Bryce Young has Chuba Hubbard and Tat, so there's some stacking.
Yeah. Dr. Professor David says, dropped a team of the aforementioned CD/JJ in your Discord DMs just in case you're interested in how it may turn out. Let's see.
Oh, so you got a CD/JJ team.
That's fun. Yeah. Well, you have to send me the final team.
Yeah. Well, he's sending you the start to the winner.
Nice.
That could be the winner right there. I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen, but like you got to take those when they give them to you.
Yeah.
It's
just going to be rare. Yeah.
Right. Like if I had if somehow I had a chance to get CMC and Jonathan Taylor at the turn, like I'm not going to pass that up, even though like I don't love drafting CMC, but like I'm not passing that start. You know what I mean? I know I just went extreme there, but I'm just trying to make a point. Like you don't want to like really mess up the first round. And I feel like not taking those things, you're like actively trying to mess up.
Yeah, no, I agree. You just got to take those values when they come to you, and you can get the rare combos. Say the final team in your Discord DM. Maybe hopefully the storm is not affecting things here. I did just hear some thunder out here. As I warned JSU, We got some weather coming in here in
So
St.
if
Paul.
Neil drops off for a second, we
Yeah.
know that the Thunder took him out.
The Thunder got me.
Yeah, the Thunder over. Where are you? Minnesota? Where are you?
Yeah, St. Paul, Minnesota.
St. Paul, Minnesota. Yeah. All right. Well, it's all right. If the Thunder gets you, it gets you. My guy Don Easy in chat. What's going on? CMC went 101 in my eliminator an hour ago. I'm not gonna lie. I did an eliminator this morning, and I think I took CMC at 5.
Okay, that seems good.
And I think it was like pushing running backs, but yeah, I don't normally take CMC. I think my process was like I was just trying to do something different than what I normally do. Just a couple times, I like to throw, like JSN at 5. It's the same thing over and over. It's like I want to do something a little different.
Yeah.
All right. Malik Washington goes, whoa, pretty early for Malik. Travis Hunter's at the top of the kick. Juwan Jennings fits with our stack. Do you want to go Jennings?
No, I go Hunter. I mean, I like Hunter better as a click. Yeah, Jennings. I mean, he does have the stack. Are you not as high on Travis Hunter? Have we talked about this?
Oh no, I like Travis Hunter. I've been drafting Travis Hunter. I think they were like right next to each other in the rankings too. Travis Hunter and Jennings. I think I have pretty much neck and neck. But the problem with Travis Hunter is the problem I have with Jacksonville as a whole, which is they have 4 good receivers. Travis Hunter's the only one that's going to play defense.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's wide receiver 4. So he seems like he's going to need a player to go down. And then on top of it, how much, 12 personnel does this team play? I was listening to Karain and Coach Speak Index. They were talking about it, and he was saying how the coach really doesn't love the 13 personnel idea, but definitely wants to play some 12. We're back up. Jennings, or I would go Jennings or Flournoy. Which one?
Yeah, I was gonna say if Jennings had gone, I was gonna suggest Flournoy. If you'd rather just do that to get our stack, I'd be okay with it.
Would you rather him? Because I don't think he's gonna be here when we get back.
I don't think he's either. Sure. Yeah, I don't have a ton of Flournoy. We're stacking up our quarterbacks.
Let's do it. So he was saying, like not really big into the 13 when they asked him about it, but definitely the coach felt good about playing some 12, and they drafted those 2 tight ends. I think 1 in the second round too. So like some decent capital into them. And I'm just like, yeah. So that's another thing. Like when they get down to, inside the 20, do they go heavier? Do they go more heavy personnel? Which I think again would affect Travis Hunter, would affect either Jacoby Myers or Parker Washington, one of those guys. I think the only guy it wouldn't affect would be BTJ. I feel like I'd feel pretty comfortable he'd be out there regardless. Maybe it is him and Parker in 2 wide receiver sets. I don't know. I would assume so, but either way, that's my only problem with this team in general, is they've got like too many mouths to feed at the receiver position, and they're talking about, they drafted 2 more tight ends. They're talking about maybe playing a little more 12 in certain spots. And it's just not fun when your receivers get taken out like in the red zone. You know what I mean? It's just not fun. And the Jaguars, most talented players are at receiver. So you'd think in theory they'd want 3 receivers out there as much as possible. But I don't know, the way they drafted, it either felt like they felt they needed to get more loaded at tight end because they wanted to go heavy, or they hate Bretton Strange as a blocker, which it didn't sound like they hated him, but they went out and got a blocker at in the second round at tight end anyways.
Yep. Yeah. So I have not read the latest. Let me read off the quote. Head coach Liam Cohen, this is from the 15th, so a week ago. on offense corner Grant Udinski saying in the draft room that Nate Borkature, that's the new tight end, rookie tight end, is going to change the offense. And why that is, he said, similar to what Jacoby Myers did in ways, I think it just allows not just himself to come get integrated and do what he does well, but also what it allows for the other guys to do. As much as we love Brenton Strange blocking, and he's so tough, he wants to do it. He's physical, he'll bite you, but he also missed some time last year, and it's kind of interesting to see what our record looks like when he has production. So allowing Brenton to continue to do what he does well, but also to make to maybe take some time off, to maybe take off some of that wear and tear and some of that pounding that it takes when you're blocking the Trayvon Walkers of the world. Here, I got to check. We're not on the clock. I can continue reading. Getting him matched up more on those linebackers and safeties, and now he's an advantage for us, and we have an edge. We always feel good about Strange blocking at the point of the attack, but we needed some help there, and being able to provide Strange an option to go maybe split out or go block other people, maybe keep him out of some of those one-on-one big situations. I think that's going to help us tremendously. That's interesting. So to me, it sounds like they're using Borkature more as a blocker to allow Brenton Strange to work more as a receiver. So like you're saying, Strange could take some of that.
So this is my issue though. So
Yeah.
so now they're doing the thing that they're copying the Rams.
Yeah.
Because maybe they don't play more 13 technically, but they're copying the Rams from the standpoint they want to split Brenton Strange, who's their receiving tight end, out more as a receiver, which means they're taking a receiver off the field when they do this, right? And they get their good blocking tight end in line, take some wear and tear off Brenton, who they clearly value as a receiver, especially probably in the red zone, right, Neil? So especially when it's time to score those touchdowns and we're up. And I think that's a huge deal. We might just be glossing over that with these Jaguars. Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely a concern, especially for a guy like Travis Hunter, who is probably the wide receiver 4 on the team.
So the kicks in, AD Mitchell's still here. I don't know what you think.
I'd be fine taking AD Mitchell. Yeah, if you want to stray, I like AD Mitchell quite a bit.
Shout out to Davis Maddock. I'll give him the Hive club leader for AD Mitchell. He can be number 1 in the AD Mitchell Hive, but I do think you might just be getting the second best pass catcher at pick 179 for the Jets. Yeah. I know Omar Cooper is fun. He got drafted, but like AD Mitchell might just be better than Omar Cooper.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be better. They liked him quite a bit last year. They used him quite a bit last year. I'm a big AD Mitchell guy. I liked him better pre-draft before they drafted the early tight end and receiver, but I still like him as a late round flyer.
Yep. Me too. We might still get Tank Dell if you want to stick to the. I don't know what's our quota on kick IKB.
Yeah, I think we've IKB'd maybe 5 or 6 times now.
Okay, that sounds about right. So
we made this rule and then have not been paying attention.
I think you're right, like 5 or 6. You want to take Tank Dell?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, no. So I think it brings into question more how comfy can we actually be with these Jaguars pass catchers? As much as fun as they probably are and could be, you might need some injury luck here, more than we think, anyways.
Yeah, you might, but we also like where Travis Hunter is going. The nice thing about him, as opposed to the others, is he's like you're drafting him in a totally different tier of receivers. So like you're not passing up that much. Now Jawan Jennings like could be good. Omar Cooper is in that range. Like it's not like you're passing up nothing to get Travis Hunter, but like it's a different taking Travis Hunter where he goes than Parker Washington, where you're passing up on Drake May, or like there's players that are like really high in their positional ranks. Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren, whatever, like that's totally different than where we're taking Travis Hunter, where it's like, we really just need 3 spike weeks from Travis Hunter. Like give me 15 fantasy points 3 times and suddenly he's paid off that ADP. So
yep, that's a good point. And the same thing with Strange. Honestly, I think it's more bullish for Strange of all people.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they want to use him more as a receiver.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're taking him out of the inline position to block less, that means he's going to be more focused as a receiver, especially when they get down in the red zone. So, like, I think it's more bullish for someone like Brenton Strange than people are perceiving. I think people are perceiving it as a knock because he might come off the field sometimes. But like, no, I think when they get down, closer to the goal line, it's just going to be both those guys in the game, and Strange is going to get lined up like Terrence Ferguson gets lined up on the outside, like Colby Parkinson. They'd line up Colby Parkinson on the outside sometimes. I think he's literally going to copy what the Rams were doing, maybe not go 13, but copy it with 12 and do something like that, because he does have the players. That's the thing with copying the Rams. You still have to have the right type of players to do it, to execute it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everyone does.
Yep. No, I think that's exactly right. How many wide receivers do we have? Do we have 8 receivers now?
We have, 8. We got a 2-4-8-2 build going here.
I'm liking the team. I feel like our IKBs have been super sharp, and we have landed on the perfect team with the sidekick recommendations combined with our instincts.
That's right, Shady. You like that? Super
instincts
sharp
and inputs
IKB.
over here.
That's it. That's instincts and inputs. Shout out to my guy Sack right there. Yeah. Sack's loving that. Corey asked, is there a team you are overstacking? Like, say I get Josh Allen, you can get all his receivers, tight ends, backup RBs. Okay, Neil. So you get one team in the 5-5-5, and I gift you the opportunity to overstack any team in the NFL. Who you got?
Ooh, that's a good question. All right, I gotta think about this one.
Yeah, think about it. Because you want to have guys in like all the ranges too. You know what I mean? So it is a tough question.
Yeah, it's a really tough question. I don't mind overstacking Kansas City. Kenneth Walker, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. I skipped Rashee Rice. I don't mind that. It's probably not like the team for me.
Yeah.
Detroit is kind of interesting, but it's difficult because you're never going to get both Gibbs and Amon-Ra. So it's like you can do Gibbs with Jameson Williams with Sam Laporta and Goff. Like that is something you can do sometimes.
Oh, and we are up on the clock right now, Neil. So Kick saying Ted Hurst. We only have 4 running backs. I don't know if you want to take a running back, but
I would be fine with Lloyd, Vidal, Blue, Holani.
Do you want to go tight end? And
sure, let's go Stowers.
All right, Stowers it is. It doesn't light up. That's driving me nuts that it's not lighting up.
Yeah,
it's really irritating me right now. And we're back up. Ted Hurst still at the top of the kick here. So we got 3 picks left. So what was that? Our third tight end? Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, third tight end.
Who's your running back here? Who would be your preference?
With our team, I think I'd say Claiborne or Holani.
Okay. I don't have a ton of Claiborne. I have more Holani.
So I'd be Holani or Claiborne.
All right, I'd be down for taking a Claiborne.
We only need 1, right? You don't think we need 2, right?
No,
like one's probably good.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not huge into Cup anyways.
No, me neither.
But Claiborne might be there when we pick next. Is the other?
That is true. But is there somebody else that you'd rather have than Claiborne right here? I guess is the question. Do you really like Surratt or?
I do really like Surratt, but he also could be there. You know,
yeah.
Christian Kirk, I don't mind.
So who would you be more heartbroken to miss out on?
Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be heartbroken to miss out on any of these guys.
Yeah, true.
Let's
go Surratt. Let's go Surratt.
Let's do Surratt. Okay. Yeah, like when you're asking me who I would not be heartbroken.
Yeah, at this point, I don't really care who we take.
Yeah. Nope. It is what it is. So we got 2 picks left here. To answer Corey's question, who'd you say? Did you say the Chiefs?
Detroit is probably my best answer because you can get Jahmyr Gibbs with J-Mo and Sam Laporta and Goff. I'm trying to figure out if there's a better answer for me, but that's where I'm landing for now. Who do you got?
My heart wants to say the Bears because I'm so biased,
but
I'm going to try and put my bias aside. I think it would be the Chargers because of what I said at the beginning of the show. where I think they're going to be so hard week to week to predict, and it's going to rotate. But if I'm overstacking, that's kind of like the best scenario where it's like, okay, I get Justin Herbert and I'm going to get his points from his top guys weekly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it's going to be weekly, Neil, but I'm going to have them all. So
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? I don't care if Trey Harris has 3 big games in a row and then, he has 5 duds and QJ has 5 big games in a row. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get them, and they're all kind of spread out ish, where I can get some of them late, some of them in the mid rounds. Yeah, I'd probably say the Chargers.
Yeah. I was thinking the Packers are kind of interesting also because I like Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft is kind of fun, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs.
Another team where I feel like it's a little spread out.
Yeah. Like where they go in drafts. Actually, the team that I actually do probably more than anybody is the Eagles, because you can do like Devonta Smith, and then like if you take Devonta Smith a little bit earlier in the 3rd round than usual.
Yeah.
And then Mekhi Lemon, Jalen Hurts, you get Eli Stowers and or Dontavian Wicks. You just get like a full-on Eagles stack.
I swear every time I take Devonta Smith, I never get Mike Evans on the comeback. Drives me nuts every single time.
Yeah.
I always want Mike Evans, and I just never I can never get the combo. It drives me nuts.
One day you just got to keep trying.
Yeah. PPR Tyler's excited to chop it up with you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the Toxic Tower tomorrow to chop it up with those guys who there's been a lot of drama there, because that's first we had Best Ball Guy backstab PPR Tyler for $500 in site credits, and now Best Ball Guy came back and got PPR Tyler kicked out of Pete's so you can tout show.
I don't know any of this. Okay.
Apologies if you were planning on watching the stream tomorrow.
No, I don't know any of this. I don't know the Toxic Tower. I don't know.
You don't know these people. Okay.
So I know Pete started to show the so you think you can tout stuff, which I heard has been awesome. Yeah. I haven't gotten to check it out yet, but I heard a lot of people love it.
Yeah, he's done a good job of drumming up drama, and a lot of it's been Toxic Tower is the stream. Well, let's make our pick.
He's got a gift for drumming up the drama. I'll say that. He's got the gift. All right, so let's see here. Claiborne's still here, so let's go him, and then let's see what we get here. We got Gesicki at the top of the kick. I love the more and more I think about the Chargers.
You're Kolar pilled. I knew it. I knew you were.
Kolar pilled, dude.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna play
because we talked about it. And I was like, I don't know why I keep getting Charlie Kolar, and you were like, well, I do think he's gonna run the most routes or play the most snaps of any.
And the Chargers podcast, they were talking. They affirmed it, and they were like, he looked way better as a receiver than I
saw that actually. Yeah, I saw some buzz.
And I was like, okay, so this isn't just like nothing. This is actually a thing. Mm-hmm. This could actually be, and who they didn't put that much into David Njoku. Arondé Gadsden, I personally believe is going to be used like Darren Waller from last year, which means he's not going to play a ton. He's just going to play in specific, obvious passing downs and stuff like that, and probably in 2 tight end sets majority of the time. So it's like, why not? So Gesicki, we kind of got the week 17 stuff. Christian Kirk's here as well.
Yeah, I'd be fine with
it. I'm cool.
We could do your guy Kolar if you prefer.
No. Which one?
Gesicki or Kolar. Either one of those I'm good with.
Well, you got to pick.
Kolar. Let's go Kolar.
All right. Charlie Kolar it is.
All right. So do you want me to give you the quick rundown of so you think you can tout the drama there?
Yeah. So give me the quick rundown. And I'm gonna actually, as you do that, I'm gonna jump us in another draft. Okay. Good. So we can get another one going here. So if anyone wants to jump in, stay. I got to do it from my phone, so it's going to take 1 sec. But Neil's going to give me the drama on the so you think you can tout stuff, and so I can get caught up. So when I listen to you tomorrow, I won't be lost.
Yeah. So the short of it is Pete Overzet started a reality TV competition.
3 spots left, by the way.
Ooh, all right, coming up. Called So You Think You Can Tout, and it started with, I want to say, like 108 contestants, people competing for $3,750 in site credits to max out Best Ball Mania. and a spot on doing a weekly show with Pete Overzet, I think is essentially what it comes down to. So people are competing for a little bit of money and then a regular spot doing content with Pete on his channel. 3 of the contestants come from the Toxic Tower, which is a YouTube channel of PPR Tyler, Emo Cowboy, and Best Ball Guy. So these are 3 streamers who connected and created a new channel called the Toxic Tower, where they talk trash to each other and draft best ball teams. It's a lot of fun. You should check out Toxic Tower if you have not already done so. But they were competing against each other, and early on in the competition, Best Ball Guy had a like kind of middling performance, where it was like he could move on, and it's been a competition. So like Pete throws out different tasks for them to do, and sometimes there's team competitions, and sometimes the most recent one they debate against each other, whatever. I don't remember all of them, but early on, Best Ball Guy struggled, or was kind of middling with his results, and Pete gave the decision to PPR Tyler, who was doing really well, was leading at the time, whether he would rather have $500 in underdog credits, or his friend Best Ball Guy moves on to the next round. And it was a fun thing where he took about a minute to think about it and then chose the site credits over his friend. So Best Ball Guy knocked out by his friend, his streaming partner, PPR Tyler.
So is there going to be a rift? That's the question.
So that was about a month ago.
Full
circle. We're down to the final 8, and Pete brings Best Ball Guy back on because Tyler's on the bubble. He has been kind of underperforming the last couple of weeks. So Tyler's on the bubble, and Pete brings Best Ball Guy back on to make the decision. You get to choose either your friend Tyler continues on to next week to the final 6 or whatever, or you get to have a week of Best Ball Guy and Pete streaming, where they're going to do Best Ball Guy's going to go on Pete's channel a couple times, 2 to 3 times this week, and Pete's going to go on Best Ball Guy's channel and he's going to promote it and stuff. So it's and Best Ball Guy obviously chose to do the streams with Pete, so they got him back.
Okay,
a lot of drama there, but they I will be going on their channel to chop it up with them tomorrow. I think they're also streaming tonight to talk over the latest drama.
All right, well, there we go. There's the full rundown. If you want to check them out, Toxic Tower, I will I'll have to give them a listen. I've never heard them before, so I'll give them a shout. I'll give them a listen here. But 2 things. We got the number 1 pick in our first draft. So I just started with Jahmyr Gibbs because I figured you'd be cool with that.
Yes.
And Kevin in chat asked us to rate his team. So he picked out of the 6 hole in our last draft. So let's just look at his team real quick. Amaluksak here in number 6 spot. He went Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devon Achane, Devontae Smith, Tedero McMillan, Byshell Tootin, Chuba Hubbard, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, Jacoby Myers, Dallas Goedert, Jordan Mason, Bryce Young, Rashid Shaheed, Hunter Henry, Jerry Jeudy, Dontavian Wicks, Pat Freiermuth, Justice Hill, Emmanuel Wilson, and Keenan Allen to finish this team out here, Neil. Honestly, I think the start's really, really strong, even though I'm not super into Achane.
Delta 19.
Yeah, drop to 19. You can make the case he's a turn player, or even a first round pick if we ever thought Miami was going to be decent. As a team. So I mean, what do you think here? I think it's a pretty good draft. I mean, there's a couple guys late, like Jerry Jeudy. I just refuse to draft. I don't think he's going to be someone they have seriously in their plans. The Keenan Allen pick, though, I thought was interesting at the end.
So it's a 3-6-8-3. I mean, I haven't really done Keenan Allen. I don't hate it though. If he signs somewhere, he's probably a pretty strong 20th round pick. I haven't done any Justice Hill yet, but I think you can make a case for that. If he takes back the role that he had previously, I think that's a totally defensible pick. Obviously stacked up pretty well. He's got Bryce Young with Tedero McMillan. He's got Jalen Hurts with Devonta Smith and Dontavian Wicks and Dallas Goedert. A couple nitpicks. I feel like that's sort of a reach on Dallas Goedert at 115. I think when I take Dallas Goedert, it's when he falls past ADP. To me, he's going a little bit early. What I like to do in this scenario when I have Jalen Hurts is wait on a late Eli Stowers. You can usually add on Eli Stowers pretty late, but if you think Dallas Goedert is going to be great again, it's it's a slight nitpick. Like a little bit earlier, a little bit ahead of ADP for Dallas
To
Goedert.
me, it's like he really wanted Dallas Goedert is going to be the bump, and he didn't want to miss out because, like you said, he could have fallen to this area. It's just kind of hit or miss with all these tight ends in this area. So, yeah, I get that could be a reach, but I think overall he did a pretty good job of stacking up.
Yeah, I think it's a strong team. So all that said, I think it's strong.
Very strong. He wants me to roast him, but I don't know if I can roast this team. I think the team was pretty well constructed, honestly. Maybe a couple picks I don't love, but yeah.
I mean, Chuba Hubbard, you took the RB2 on the Panthers. Why would you take Chuba Hubbard when Jonathan Brooks is right there?
I know, but he has Tat and he goes Bryce and stuff. And it's his what's that? So Achane, Tootin, Chuba, Mason.
Do you have your eye on our draft, by the way?
What?
Do you have your eye on our draft?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, we're almost up here.
Okay.
What do you got here? Reland Gotham asked for us to check his team out too. What do you think of this team in the 4 spot? So we're up in 2. So I'm gonna go back to this here. I'm gonna start to screen share our other draft, and then we'll go back to that team here, and I can read it out for you guys. So we're picking in the 1 spot here. If you're in this draft with us, let us know so we can keep an eye on your team as well. Started out with Gibbs at the 101, and I don't know, pretty standard draft here. I guess Genty at 10, Kenneth Walker at the turn, but pretty standard so far. Neil, we're up. Pickens and Rice and Smith. These are kind of the top guys for me. I'm not like I think I got a lower Pickens. I'm not as high on Pickens, but I don't draft a ton of him. Do you want to?
Yeah,
take him. Smith, Rice. Who do you like?
I like top of kick. Pickens and Rice. I sometimes go Jeremiah Love, but I know you're not a huge Jeremiah Love guy, so I'm fine just taking Rice. Or if you want to go Devonta Smith instead, I'm fine with it. But I think Rice is really strong.
I'm always a Rice guy in the 3rd round, just because I don't think it's going to last for very long. But
yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do that here. Bang, and we'll go back to this team. This is a good question. Where does Keenan Allen sign? There were reports about the Colts, which I thought was very odd because I'm like, in 3 wide receiver sets, you're going to take Josh Downs and put him not in the slot.
Yeah. Like I also thought Keenan Allen was, at least last year, he was like Los Angeles or bust. So it was like, I'm either signing with the Chargers or the Rams or I'm not.
No, he said that. He said like, I'm not like he pretty much said like, I'm not moving. I want to be here. So there's only 2 possibilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's the Chargers and there's the Rams. And I believe him, honestly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Alvin Kamara, where all the stuff about like, if you trade me, I'll retire.
Yep.
I believe Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
I believe it. He just, for whatever reason, he wants to be a Saint. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. He probably wants to stay. I don't know if he's got family there or stuff, but he probably wants to just keep his stuff there and everything like that. Doesn't want to move and wants to just make his money and chill out. So yeah, I we'll see on Keenan Allen, but okay. So this guy in the 4 spot here, Neil, he went Puka, Henry, Rice, McLaurin, David Montgomery, Ramondre Stevenson, QJ, Matthew Stafford, Kyle Pitts, Aaron Jones, Romeo Dobbs, CJ Stroud, Omar Cooper, Alvin Kamara, Deebo Samuel, Jonah Coleman, Tua Tagovailoa, David Njoku, Kirk Cousins, and Hollywood Brown to finish it out. I really like his start. I actually love his start. He got like the Puka with Matthew Stafford. He gets the Rice, QJ, little week 17 combos there. Terry McLaurin, David Montgomery in the 5th, I think is a solid value. I mean, the only thing I don't like is like that. I'm not a big Alvin Kamara guy. And I'm not big on like Tua and Kirk Cousins just because I don't think Tua is the quarterback all year. And same thing, I don't think Kirk Cousins, even if he starts the year as the quarterback, I don't think he's, going to play that much.
So did he only take 3 quarterbacks?
He took 4 because he took Stafford and CJ Stroud.
Okay.
And he took Stroud, but I don't think he got any. That'd be the other. He didn't get any pairing with them.
Yeah.
Like, take Jalen Noel. Was Jalen Noel drafted? Oh, he was in the 19th round. Maybe he thought he was going to get him in the 20th round. So I've been
Interesting.
trying to
Yeah.
draft a bunch of Jalen Noel.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been trying to up my exposure. 20th round Jalen Noel.
I do
I
it
think he's a
occasionally.
good bet. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's a good bet. You know, Tank Dell, who knows what he has, or just draft them both. Like, get Tank and Noel.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable for sure. Like one of them is probably going to hit like to some extent for like relative to their where you're drafting them at least.
Yep, I agree. I think personally, I think I like the other team we read a little bit more, but you know, I think his start was better, if that makes sense. Like, I like the start better, but the full team, I think I like the 6 spot a little better.
Yeah, I was thinking he had Puka and Devonta Smith. I forget who he said he had on that team.
Yeah, he had Puka, Henry, Rice, McLaurin, David
Rice,
Montgomery, Stevenson. Yeah, he had
yeah, it's a really nice start. Yeah. What was the final build? 4 quarterbacks.
He had a 4-6. Was it 8-2? Yeah, 4-6-8-2.
And who were the 2 tight ends?
His 2 tight ends were Kyle Pitts and David Njoku.
That's a little bit thin at tight end. I mean, I know Kyle Pitts just signed a big extension. He was really good toward the end of last year, but still, you probably want more than David Njoku as a backup.
Yep, I agree. All right, we're almost up here. A couple more picks until we're back up on the clock.
ETN at 44.
ETN fall at 44 is sweet right there.
Yeah, that's a nice start for Andrew.
That is really nice. Andrew. I think I've seen Andrew before. I don't know if he's in chat, but I think I've seen him drafting before in these drafts here. If I did miss you, let me know your pick in here if you did get in this draft so we can check it out. But Gibbs, Pickens, Rice. Let's see what we got here. Javonte just went. Will be interesting to see. That would have been a nice fall in Javonte.
I would have been pretty happy with that. Even as somebody who like finds it kind of boring to draft Javonte.
Oh, it's super boring.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's super boring. And you know what's going to tilt me? When Mike Evans falls to us here and I didn't draft Devontae Smith. Because I was just talking about not being
He'll still be a strong pick. Even without Devonta Smith. He's a strong
it'll
pick.
still be a strong pick. It'll tilt me because I didn't get the combo. There goes Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah, I was hoping we get Scatterbo there, but
me too. I think Mike Evans is the pick here, so let's go with him. And then Swift and Gibbs for the week 7. Oh, Monty.
Sure, I'd be fine with Monty. I like Monty here.
All right, let's do it. Let's do the what's the Sonic and Knuckles, whatever they called themselves here.
That's right.
Pairing. I like it.
Yep.
All right, so you got Gibbs, Pickens, Rice, Mike Evans, and David Montgomery to start us out here. Interesting how that worked, where it had Swift up there and then it shot up Montgomery. But I like that, honestly.
Getting the gang back together. I was thinking maybe JMO to go with Gibbs, but I think Montgomery just fits this team better. We've already got 3 receivers.
Same, man. Same. No problem, brother. Appreciate you watching, guys. Don't forget, hit the like button on the video if you're watching, whether you're on the Flannelverse or the Run Pure Sports channel. Like button really helps. Subscribe to the channels here and gets it pushed out to more people. Gets you notified every time we go live for these free shows. I know Neil's going live, I think 3 times a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So make sure you check him out on those shows. He does his podcast on Wednesday. What's the podcast, Neil, for the people?
Yeah, best ball whenever. Tomorrow's guest, I'm going to have Rich Rebar, aka Lord Reeves, on Twitter is going to be my guest. So yeah, I live record the podcast on Wednesday, and then it comes out wherever you get your podcasts on Thursdays.
Might be, and I don't know Rich at all, but might be one of my favorite people to listen to from a statistical, analytical standpoint. The guy always throws out some really fun stats when I listen to him. So love that.
I don't think he sleeps. I think Reeves just researches literally all day, every day.
I think so, because he'll have stats that like I've never heard before. And he'll like just throw them out. And I'm like, okay, did you make those up like in the lab? Like, where did you find those that no one else could find? Like, all he must do is look for the fun stats that no one wants to look for.
Yeah. And he's like the nicest guy ever. Like you invite him on your podcast, like he's, yeah, I'll come on. That'd be great. You know, it's just like, okay, sweet. Like, just like,
Yeah.
hey, let's
Love
do this.
that.
Let's do this every day. Yeah. He's a good listen.
Love that. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'll be a listener for, well, I might not be able to listen live, but I'll be a listener at some point after my show. I'll be on at 5 for baseball, I think, with DC,
Oh,
and
baseball.
then doing
Okay.
I'll host the baseball show. DC does most of the work, you know, and I do the hosting, and then I do the inputs and instinct show with Sack at 8. So somewhere after that, maybe while my kid's trying to go to bed, I'll put the headphones in and
Yeah.
listen.
That's it's great that you get to be that was so I did while I was at Stochastic, there was a season where they were like, we're gonna do a solo show with just Neil. And I was like, I don't like talking about baseball. Like I'm gonna be your MLB DFS product, but they decided because they were it wasn't the biggest priority. Yeah, you'll just do this solo show. So I did the solo show for a week or two. Well, like I don't really know baseball. Like I had success at MLB DFS because it's just like, yeah, you just stack it up. I'm using the projections, whatever,
Yep.
mixing stuff up, whatever. But like, I
It's
don't
different
really
talking
know the
about it,
players.
though.
But then, yeah, when you're talking
Yeah.
with people like, well, how do you feel about this player versus this player? And I'm like, whatever, whoever's in your stack. Like, I have no real opinion about that. But then after like a couple weeks, Ship My Money was my coworker at the time, and we hadn't really done any shows together, but they asked him to come on the show for me, and I got to switch from doing all the analysis to just asking questions, just being the host. And I was like, I love this. This is so much better for me.
Yeah, it's so
from
much better.
analyst to just the host is
You
way
could
better.
just be like the sponge and just ask all the questions and get all the answers. It's
so
great.
much better.
It's the best. That's kind of when DC's on. That's what I do, because DC's he's definitely more of the baseball guy. He knows way more of you know, all the players and the prospects and everyone coming up. So it's just easy for me to do that stuff. I agree with you, though. It's one of those sports. It's just like, yeah, I like it. I know how to play it for DFS. I can answer questions, but like, I'd rather be the guy asking them. You know what I mean? Most of the time, but
exactly.
You know, it is what it is. You do what you do what you got to do. It's like the draft tonight for NBA. Like, I'm not the draft guy. I'm the NBA guy, though. When they get to the NBA, ask me a question. I'll be able to answer.
Learn about them quickly.
Yeah. I'll be able to answer your question. But until they get to the NBA, don't ask me the damn questions. Don't ask me the college questions here, because I won't be able to help you. Okay. I don't want to jinx myself here.
Don't do it then.
I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to do it. Listen, you don't need this. We need this. Is he auto drafting too? I think that would be better for us, honestly. Oh, no.
Is that what you wanted? Lemon and Hurts?
I wanted Lemon and Hurts.
Yeah, that's what I thought that you wanted. I wasn't totally sure. We could take Dak with Pickens, which I don't do often.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, so do you want to take Makai either way?
Yeah, we could do that. Makai and Dak.
Let's take Makai. See what the kick does here. Oh, it throws QJ up there.
That's the highest I've ever seen QJ on the kick. So if you'd rather do that, we can do that.
I think we got to click QJ.
All right.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that.
I've never seen him go up there. That must be a new input. I'm gonna ask Zach. I'm gonna ask Zach tomorrow. That's got to be a new input right there. Nice. All right. So this team. I mean, Neil, do we need another receiver on this team? This team, we got Gibbs, Pickens, Rice, Mike Evans, David Montgomery, Makai Lemon, Quentin Johnston.
We don't need another receiver. We're probably going to take one because, you know.
Oh, we're definitely going to take
20 spots, but yeah.
No, we'll probably take two, but
yeah.
I mean, that's a sweet, and I like our two running backs, honestly. I like this team.
It's nice when you get the 101. You get to start with Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, yeah, we got that one spot covered every week.
Yeah, like literally you can't make a mistake when you get the 101.
Yeah.
You just tough. Like Gibbs, Bijan, like even if you did Chase, I was thinking about this. It's like I don't do Chase ever, so I don't get Chase. But is that like terrible? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like I think those top three are such good picks, though. And I think there is a slight drop off after those top three.
I think Puka, you could argue Puka's in that range too, couldn't you? Because like he's just so like the PPR is just so strong.
You could argue it. My issue is I think the Rams are going to be too good this year with their defense getting
that could
better.
be for sure. Yep.
And I think it's just going to cause more rushing touchdowns, them to be able to spell Puka Nacua more because whenever he's out there, he's given like 100% effort. And he's always getting like banged up a little bit and stuff. And I think with them being as good as in my head they will be, I think it's going to make it easier for Sean McVay to be able to spell these guys more like Adams and Puka.
Yeah, no, I think that's correct. Like they could just be way too good to be passing the volume that you need for a guy like Puka. Like he's still a good like fourth pick overall, but the tougher to rank him above the real.
It's
the
what makes
guys.
me like Corum though so much.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Because I think in the regular season, it's the same thing applies. Like, I still believe that they like Kyron slightly more. Yep. So like they might value him more as in like, okay, if we need to rest someone a little bit more, it's going to be Kyron over Corum. So in the regular season, like Corum might get an extra bump in games where they're leading, which I think they'll be leading a lot in a lot of games. So Blake Corum and like they get Tampa in week 17, how good's Tampa going to actually be, especially at that point. I don't know. Everything is kind of written on the wall for, I think, Blake Corum to just have a monster year. And
I like Blake
Kyron, one of them. I mean, I think the touchdowns are going to go back in their favor a little bit after all those tight end touchdowns. They lost that, all those Devontae Adams touchdowns they lost out on at the goal line. Matthew Stafford, by far the most touchdowns inside the 5 of any quarterback. I did it out, but it was like he literally had like double of any quarterback or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, so that's probably going to drop a bit.
Yeah. I mean, and who are they going to go to, Neil? They Kyron and Blake Corum probably. So yeah, it makes me really like the later guy a lot more. Trevor Lawrence goes there. We're starting to get the run on quarterback a little bit.
Yeah, we don't have one yet. So that's where we're hurting.
Matthew Stafford did pull. I said it. He pulled the Aaron Rodgers from the Packers year with. Do you remember that year with Devontae Adams?
Where it just threw all the touchdowns.
Yeah, it was like every time they got at the one, they just never ran the football. They just he was just like,
I do remember.
I'll take this touchdown.
Yep,
it was great.
Great for fantasy.
Oh, it was great if you had Devontae Adams. It was amazing.
Yep.
I'll still never forget that year. There was, I think it was like week 2. And do you remember the touchdown where Aaron Rodgers did the discount double check hump?
No, I don't remember
with the belt.
Touchdown.
The belt.
I remember him doing that. I don't remember the touchdown that happened.
And then after that, they got shut out after he did all that. I had 150 teams with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams stacked on it.
Ooh.
And he got that first touchdown, and I was like, oh my God, they're going to crush. And then did nothing after that. Yeah. And I had like the nuts just sitting there with like a terrible quarterback and wide receiver scoring from those two guys. And if I had good games from them, I would have literally won every single dollar on DraftKings. But I still remember that. Blake Corum here, I talked about him, and the kick heard me.
Yep.
And the kick said, take Blake.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Jonathan Brooks.
Is it still going to say Jonathan Brooks is the question?
Nope. Whoa.
Ooh, hate that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about, so Jordan Addison's here. We've got Kyle Pitts, Josh Downs, Sam Laporta. What do you think?
I like Brooks. Are any quarterbacks available that we'd want?
Jared Goff with Gibbs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Oh, did I get it?
Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Give us a little safety. At least we have one quarterback on the team.
Yeah, we'll take that. Especially because Dak's gone, Mahomes is gone, Purdy's gone, Jalen Hurts is gone, Justin Herbert's gone. So that was probably the right move, Neil.
Yeah, because we just got shut out on all of our quarterbacks. So and Gibbs, I feel like that's a pretty strong, like as far as the quarterback to running back correlations go. I mean, it's not just I feel like we know that that's a strong correlation.
if we had another running back on this team and not a fifth receiver, I would have definitely went Laporta Goff.
Yeah.
But since we didn't have that, I think Corum was the right pick, but
Yep.
I would have definitely went the other way if not.
Go easy, Carl. Charles asking, how bad will Brooks set you back if he does his one game and done for the season? Pretty bad. That would be pretty bad for me. I've got 40% Jonathan Brooks right now, so yeah,
Wow.
it'd be not great. And especially because like I'm partially fading. I'm not trying to really fade Chuba, but like I see it and I'm like, I'd rather have Jonathan Brooks later, so I skip it frequently. So yeah, it also would hurt me in that sense that I'm going to have less Chuba than most.
I'm agreeing with Dr.
Yeah.
Wen, the professor. Please don't put that out in the universe, Charles. I'm with him and Neil. Let's not.
It's
do
clearly
that.
what a lot of people think is going to happen though. Like that's why he goes where he goes. People are like, well, he's been hurt. He's going to get hurt again. So yeah, it would be bad. Hopefully that does not happen.
What do you think of Aaron Rodgers this year?
I have a fair amount of Aaron Rodgers. He just like where he goes, he's like the last quarterback who is not going to get benched. Like he's going to start the year as a starter. He's not going to get benched. So like he's going to play slow. He's probably not going to have any like huge spike weeks. He could get hurt, but he's not going to get benched. We at least know that about Aaron Rodgers. So I ended up taking a fair amount. Also easy to backstack him with Jeremy Bernard or Pat Freiermuth or Darnell Washington. So yeah, I think it's just like kind of an easy backstackable quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's not someone that I draft a ton of because I don't try and draft a lot of quarterbacks after a specific rank. Once I get past like CJ Stroud, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't love drafting quarterbacks. Like it happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll draft a Geno Smith or Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold, but I don't like love it. Like I try not to do it, honestly. I want to be done. Once I hit that Malik Willis, CJ Stroud range, I personally like to be done at quarterback.
Yeah, it's kind of a break glass in case of emergency type of quarterback. It's not like
Correct.
I go into draft like I want Aaron Rodgers on this team. It's more like, all right, I've only got one quarterback or I've got two quarterbacks and they're not that strong. And sometimes you can like double click Aaron Rodgers and Jeremy Bernard and that feels pretty good. So yeah, situational.
Yeah, I mean, if you got most of your Brooks pre-draft, that's when he was going in that sweet spot range of like the 140s to 160s. That was not there by the time these contests opened up, though. Unfortunately, I wish it was, but it was not. So
yeah, I mean, obviously better in the 140s to 160s like that. That was preferable, but I still think he's a fair value, a good value where he's going now.
This is the way to do it too. Yeah, Go Easy Card said I draft Chuba in the Elam and Brooks in this format. So not like taking a full stand on just like one player and just saying like, oh, in this format I'm going to take Chuba, and another format I'll take Brooks. And the point stands, like probably one of them you're going to be, is going to win.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to feel good about.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach.
Let's see. All the quarterbacks just went.
Jeez. Yeah. We're looking at some potential fallers that would have been nice for us, but we'll survive.
We're looking at some dust right here.
Yeah. Baker's ADP is right around where we are drafting. He's fine.
Yeah, let's pull it up here real quick. Let's see what we got. So Baker is still here. I feel like,
or your guy. I know you like Malik Willis. I don't draft a ton, but I think he's a strong enough pick.
I do like Malik. If you want to just reach on two quarterbacks, we could go Baker or Malik, or we could do one tight end and then one quarterback.
Yeah, let's first of all, which quarterback would you rather have?
I guess Baker.
Sure, let's do Baker.
Okay. I have a ton of Malik Willis. Honestly, we could go Malik Willis.
If you want to just do double click, sure.
Or would you rather Likely, Ferguson?
I don't like Likely. No, I'm cool just doing double quarterback.
Double quarterback? All right. Because I feel like we can get plenty of tight ends later. And I feel like quarterback, we might just be too far behind where it's like, let's just get our guys now. So we got Goff, Baker, and Malik Willis there as our 3 quarterbacks. All right. Yeah, hopefully maybe we get a faller at tight end. That would be good. Let's see. JSU, new to me. Are you big into KD DFS as Neil? If yes, who is better? KD DFS.
I'm not familiar. What's KD? Does he mean Showdown? Does he mean SD DFS? Maybe.
Oh,
I do a lot of
Showdown
NFL
DFS.
Showdown content.
Is that what you're asking?
I don't know what he's asking. DK DFS. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've been playing DK DFS for a really long time. So yes,
We've both been playing for 15 years. I don't know if you've been playing as long as I have, but
15 years. Yep.
Yeah.
I went to so yeah, 2000, was it 2012 or 13 was the Bahamas live final. So that was I think that was the first year I played like full time. The year before I just played like, just like a couple lineups each Sunday, but like nothing crazy. That was like the first year I like actually invested some real capital into playing DFS. So yeah, I mean like 15 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. Time flies. Who's better? Neil's won a Millie Maker. I've never won a Millie Maker.
There you go. So, there's your answer.
There's your answer. I think I got Neil in more live final visits. I think
for sure. I've only been to live finals when I have won a Millie Maker, or when I've won to get in the Tournament of Champions. So I won the Millie Maker, and then I split a Showdown Millie Maker 4 ways, and then won the ticket to the live final to the Tournament of Champions. Those are the only live finals I've been to.
So I have more top 10 finishes than Neil for sure in live finals.
Yeah. I did get a top 10 finish in one of my Tournament of Champions.
Did you get in the top 10 in the live final?
Yeah.
That is funny. So yeah, I mean, I think Neil is probably is better than me in Showdown DFS. Since we brought that up, I think he's probably
tough. The answer is it's really tough to know who's better.
Especially
Showdown is just so random. It's like I think I play Showdown really well, but it's still like there's so much variance that you can't really know.
I think you're not giving yourself enough credit, I think, for the Showdown stuff. But
appreciate that.
That's okay. But either way,
you have a wider net of like DFS that you do well at, I think.
Yeah, I might have you edged in like total DFS, like in like all the sports.
Yeah.
But you might have me edged in the Showdown streets. Might.
Maybe we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Since we don't really
know the answer. That
and you have the Millie Maker win, so you have me edged there. So
sure, yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I mean,
the Millie Makers, yeah.
That's the only thing. I've literally said this forever. It's like the only thing I just want. I either want to win a Millie Maker or I want to win a live final, one or the other.
Well, live final you usually get a Millie from that also.
Well, yes. Yeah. Now it's like 2 million, 3 million, some of these live finals, but yeah, I mean,
sign me up. Yeah. I'm
sign me up. Keaton Missile
is McMillan around?
Let's see. He's always around. He's not in this
draft.
Unless
you take Baker. Yeah.
Of course. Did he get taken like? Oh, he got taken all the way over here. Okay. Right. Do you want to go Missile and then like Cooper?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't really see
replacing Marks with Missile.
Do you want to double tap RB?
No. I want Missile and Cooper.
Oh, Missile and Cooper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bang. All right, there we go. Still don't have a tight end. Not worried about it.
Got the question from Vishace. Why don't we have interest in Likely, Neil? I don't take a ton of Likely just because of where he goes in drafts. I think he moves to the Giants where he's got a lot more target competition. I think Malik Neighbors is obviously really strong. Actually, I shouldn't say he has a lot more target competition. That's not true. If Malik Neighbors is hurt, I guess I'm not believing in that offense being really that great. Then I think Malik Neighbors is just such an alpha that he's going to take so much of the target, and mostly it comes down to Likely's just never been as good as people think he is. Like he's had like spike weeks here and there, but he doesn't have any like true great seasons. And where Likely's going is in the same range as like Travis Kelce and Jake Ferguson and a lot of really strong tight ends. So Likely just kind of gets lost to me a lot of the time. Like I think he's a fine pick, but I think he belongs in like the 160s probably. And where he's going is like pick 120. So yeah, just like he just doesn't score enough fantasy points. Maybe he's gonna prove me wrong. I think I feel like a coach brought him in to the Giants. Now I'm forgetting how the story went down, but maybe did Harbaugh bring? Yeah, so maybe they're planning on using him more than I think they are. Just he's had opportunities in the past, and he, aside from like random spike weeks here and there, has just never really been as great of a fantasy tight end as people think he's going to be, and he keeps on getting opportunities, just hasn't really lived up to it.
Yeah, I'm a little opposite, Neil. I like Likely, and I think that if Neighbors is hurt, he is wide receiver 1 disguised as a tight end, and I think he's going to play a lot with Theo on the field, Theo in line, him lined up more as a tight end. Don't forget Harbaugh coming back. He was stuck behind Mark Andrews in Baltimore forever. Mark Andrews was a really good tight end for that period of time. They had a really good tight end room in general. I mean, Charlie Kolar, I think is good. He couldn't even see the field most of the time. That's how good their tight end room was.
True.
So,
I've heard some positive buzz. I will say I saw some positive buzz about how Isaiah Likely is looking and the connection, and I was like, it scares me a little bit because I
look at their receivers, Neil. I think that's the kicker right there. Yeah. Take out Malik Neighbors. Look at the rest of those receivers. Fields, who I don't think will be ready early in the season. Slayton, who could be their wide receiver 2, which is crazy. Darnell Mooney, who apparently is not a lock to be wide receiver 2, which is also, I think, looks bad on him.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyone else I'm missing?
I don't think so. I mean, it is thin there. So, I mean, you are right. He could have a bigger opportunity than I'm giving him credit for. Yeah, I mean,
I do think we're downplaying Theo, though.
Yeah, there is another tight end that he's competing with there.
Well, I think it's an okay pick as a last tight end, to be honest, but
yeah.
Kick saying Dulcich. We do have Malik, so that kind of
all day. Yep.
That kind of checks out right there. We could go Malik to Malik too.
Oh,
if you wanted receiver.
I'd be fine with that, or Deebo Samuel, or Ted Hurst.
Ted Hurst we can get later.
Probably
I'm very confident about that.
Yeah. You want to go Malik Washington?
No, I don't care.
What do we have at tight end right now?
Only Dulcich.
Oh yeah, maybe Schultz or Hawkinson.
Which one?
Schultz.
I got it.
Just going with the kick there.
Yeah. All right, we get some floor. That's what the kick's doing with the Schultz pick. Give us a little floor there. So we got Dulcich, Schultz, double tap in that position here. I assume this would be a 4 tight end build, so I'm not that.
That's true.
Not that worried, honestly. Yeah. I mean, look at our receivers. I mean, we got 6, I think, really good receivers, and we'll probably want like Ted Hurst. So I would assume he'd be the 7th, unless we get a random fall on somebody. So yeah, I like this. I like the way this team is coming out. Who do we have at running back? So it's Gibbs, Montgomery, Corum, Keaton Mitchell. Are you good with those 4, or should we get a 5th?
I think I'm good with those 4. I think we can see just who's available. I'd be fine. So if we do 4 tight ends, 1 more wide receiver, 1 more. We got 5 rounds left.
Yeah, so 5. So we could do 1 more running back for sure.
I think it probably makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Go Easy Charles asking who finishes with more fantasy points, Brooks or Likely. I'm obviously going Brooks.
The way we're hoping the Brooks backfield plays out, I would go. I'm hoping it would be Brooks.
Yeah.
But I'm also higher on Likely than Neil, so I think it's going to be much closer than maybe what Neil's given credit for. But I hope it's Brooks. If it's not Brooks, I'm going to be sad, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm screwed. If it's not Brooks, I'm having a bad season.
Well, yeah, because that means either Likely is smashing or
Yeah.
Brooks is like dead.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's not going to be fun either way. So,
Yeah.
Harbaugh did project a breakout year for Likely in the presser. I mean, I fully believe this is his chance to like be the main tight end, like the number one tight end. And if you remember Jackson Dart, he loved throwing a Theo last year. That was I thought that was his favorite target when Scatterby went down.
That's true. Yeah, he was really focusing on Theo last year.
So just keep that in mind. Just saying. All right, let's see. Let's look at the rest of this draft. Anything weird going on here? Look at this team right here. T Looney 2. It's doing some Looney stuff here, Neil. Bryce Young, Jacoby Brissett, and Fernando Mendoza. His last 3 picks. Oh, he has Josh Allen too. So this team is Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Josh Allen, Colston Loveland, Bucky Irving, Jadarian Price, Alec Pierce, Rico Dow. I mean, literally list the team of players that I have no interest in. And this team, like 75% of the team is players I have no interest in. Like that, I just read out all those names, and they're all guys I'm like lower on besides Loveland and I mean, like AJ, obviously, but all these other guys. And then Jacoby Myers, George Kittle, Jordan Mason. He stole Jalen McMillan from us. Bryce Young, Brissett, Mendoza. What do you think of that right there? Where we went Josh Allen, then took 3 shitter quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, that's a fine quarterback. Like, that's a fine 4 quarterback room because he has Josh Allen. You're just counting on him every week and then hoping to get some random spikes here and there from the other 3. It's a unique build. Just took Tyreek Hill, which I'm not taking any Tyreek Hill this year. So it is a lot of players on that team that I'm pretty out on, but and like even like I'm really in on AJ Brown, but they took him pretty early. It's an interesting team. Gets a little bit of fall for Alec Pierce, so I don't mind, when Alec Pierce falls a little bit, get a little discount.
I feel like 4 is a little overkill with Josh Allen as your QB1.
Yeah.
Even though the 3 other quarterbacks suck and they're late, I feel like it's just overkill for the position. Like, I think 3 would have been fine. Like, you got Bryce Young and one of Brissett or Mendoza. That would have been plenty. Because you're not going to, hopefully, you're not asking for those 2 guys to do that much.
Yeah.
And if you are, this team's in trouble anyways. Yeah.
Jumanji Buttercup asks, how do you think about Josh Allen? He's drafted so high. Is it because he runs? Yeah, I mean, it's because that's a big, like, he scores a lot of fantasy points is the reason. We're on the clock.
I mean, he's got like the best floor.
Cade Otton, baby. Love it.
Cade Otton. There's our Tampa. Sean Tucker's actually here too.
I actually like Sean Tucker also.
Do you want to take him here?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay,
we'll take Sean Tucker. So now we got 5 running backs, 3 tight ends, 6 receivers, and 3 quarterbacks. Okay, so
yeah, we're looking good.
We're looking good, and we got 3 spots left. So feel good about this team.
Where did your guy Tesla go? I thought maybe no, he was 179. So we could have gotten him. We could have gotten him on the last turn at like 168.
We could have, but we didn't need receivers, unfortunately. Yeah, I would have. If we had a tight end, like a decent tight end, I would have pushed for him there. But I got a lot of Tesla. He's a guy I know definitely,
you do. I know you were tweeting at me after that show last week about Tesla.
I get the concerns with Tesla. I get the people saying like, JMO, he only had this much of the work because they've just got so many other mouths to feed, and Amon-Ra Gibbs are really good and everything like that. But like when the dude's on the field, he's making plays. Like when the dude gets a chance to make plays, he's making really nice plays. And when that coach is talking you up like that, saying how even though you're a second year guy, you're playing like a vet and stuff like that, there's just certain things where you could tell like a coach is very bullish on said player. And Dan Campbell was talking like he was very bullish about what he was seeing from Isaac Tesla. And he's clearly super talented. So I don't know. Is it just like a touchdown merchant thing? Like maybe when he's out there, he's just like he's going to get a lot of one-on-one looks, obviously, with who he's playing with. And, Jared Goff's going to throw the ball up to him a few times, give him some chances to come down with it. Because if you think about it, look at the rest of their receivers, Neil. None of them are like throw it up and let him like jump and go up and get it type guys,
True.
right? Like J-Mo's like a run by you type guy.
Yeah.
And, like crossers and stuff. And then Amon-Ra is just like a kind of everything but that. You know what I mean? Like, so he kind of fits the role, honestly.
Yeah. No, I could definitely see the upside of Tesla. I need to I've mixed him in some, I think, since we talked about him last week. Not just he goes in a range where I don't know. I think he kind of gets lost. Maybe I need to update my rankings.
That's the other thing. It's like, look at who he's going with. Trey Harris. I do think Ryan Flournoy on DK makes a little more sense because I think he's got more like PPR upside playing in the slot a little bit more. But like Antonio Williams, really? You're telling me he's not a better pick than Antonio Williams? I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't trust Washington and their wide receiver too. Okay. Yeah. No, thank you. Stribling. I like Stribling, but like, I don't know. Like Stribling could be wide receiver 2. He could be wide receiver 4.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think, it's a range where he kind of, to me, he just makes sense in that range. I think Flournoy is like, I guess Flournoy is going ahead of Tesla at this point. But like Adonai Mitchell, I guess usually if it's between Adonai Mitchell and Tesla,
Tesla's coming down. His ADP is he's people are getting lower and lower on him.
Yeah.
So this is the time. Like if you want to buy on Tesla, I think this is like his lowest point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's on a good offense. If they start to see him like making plays and stuff like that in camp and start to get good buzz on him, he'll go back up a little bit.
Yeah. I finishing the thought on Josh Allen from several rounds ago that I forgot to finish.
Yeah.
He scores a lot of fantasy points is why he goes so early, but he does go too early. Like he's not to me, like he's still, he goes in a tough range because there's too much opportunity cost at other positions. So I usually, I'm not taking a ton of Josh Allen personally.
Yeah. Josh Allen's one of those guys. I mean, he could definitely bury you though. It's one of those things. It's like, but he does feel like he goes a little early. We're up here. Eli Stowers at the top of the kick.
Yep.
I know you like Stowers. Do you want
to we were just being told that we have the slowest wide receiver room ever assembled. Stowers maybe helps a little bit there.
Our wide receiver room slow.
Tight end room, sorry.
Oh, our tight end room is.
Yeah. Grant says Dulcich.
Bro, our tight end room is a bunch of slow white. They're cheeks.
But we added Eli Stowers, so now we're a little.
I watched a clip of Greg Dulcich and I wanted to throw up. Do you want to go with a fifth tight end here, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think we could use a fifth tight end.
All right, let's do Charlie Kolar, and then we can figure out our last pick here.
Yeah, what else was I going to respond?
I've also started to see some Taekwon. I tell you, I was starting to take some Taekwon last
I think you
show.
did tell me that. I have not been following you on the Taekwon train.
I know I'm sick. I can't draft all these Chiefs Chargers stacks and not have a little bit Taekwon Thornton.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. That you're just
I draft way too much of those
of everybody else. Yeah.
To like not have a little bit of Taekwon. I feel like it's just bad practice, even though I don't like him as a player. I don't think he's like very good. He's still in an Andy Reid offense, and Patrick Mahomes is still his quarterback.
Yeah, true.
I feel like that should be enough as a 20th round pick.
Ooh, name no one cares about says open your third eye. Cyrus Allen, rookie wide receiver on the Chiefs. He's on my one dynasty team.
So it's funny you say that because my guy 1 of 1 in our Discord talked him up like a month ago, saying like Cyrus Allen, someone whenever Rashid Rice went to jail, he was like, Cyrus Allen is a guy we should start drafting a little bit of. And I was like, Cyrus Allen. And I did. I watched some of him. He does look like a kind of like a polished route runner. So someone that like could technically play like if something happened to Rashid Rice, he could actually be the guy that comes in and does the Rashid Rice role, I think. So it kind of does make sense, but I also think he could not play
If he's
and
playing
do
the
like
same role as Rashid Rice, then
and,
yeah,
and and do like the Jalen Royals from last year, Neil.
yeah.
That's what I worry about. But he's a 20th round pick, and I probably should draft a little of him too, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
He could win out.
he could. He's one that I'll keep the eye, keep my eye out there in case there's any kind of buzz around Cyrus Allen. Then maybe
Neil, find out what Jake thinks about him. We need deeper insight. Yeah, get in
Cyrus
there.
Allen. I don't think Jake knows or is he a Cincinnati guy? I guess I don't. I don't think Jake.
I don't know. Ask Rich tomorrow on the
in.
show if
Yeah.
he's dug into Cyrus Allen yet.
Yeah, he may have. Yeah,
He strikes me as a guy that might have some Cyrus Allen intake or some takes on Cyrus Allen.
yeah.
We need a good deep dive from Rich Rebar.
All right. Well, we'll spend an hour on Cyrus Allen tomorrow.
Spend an hour on Chiefs wide receiver 5, Cyrus Allen.
Yeah.
Rookie.
Oh yeah. So David sent me his team that he was talking about earlier, and I do have it now. So he drafted, and this is on Underdog. Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray. I think that's a strong enough quarterback room. Went kind of zero RB. Started Bashal Tootin, Jadarian Price, Jonathan Brooks, Keaton Mitchell, Sean Tucker, and Jadon Blue. Which, as far as you're playing all the hits with Tootin, and I don't do a ton of Jadarian Price, but obviously Jonathan Brooks 107 looks good. Keaton Mitchell 134, love that. Sean Tucker 182, Jadon Blue. That's for zero RB, that kind of works. But then the wide receivers, this is where he gets really strong. CeeDee Lamb at 11, Justin Jefferson at 14. That's why I was sending it, because you don't get that very often. And then Zay Flowers at 35, Xavier Worthy reached a little bit. Xavier Worthy at 86, Jalen McMillan, Ryan Flournoy, Trey Harris, and then Colston Loveland, Jake Ferguson, Terrence Ferguson, the double Ferguson there. Yeah, I think this plays. You got all the stacks. You got some value at wide receiver. I think it's nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a reach is okay on that type of team because you already got a unique pairing, like a very unique pairing.
Yeah, he's already got CeeDee Lamb with Justin Jefferson.
So I think those are the teams you can just kind of, go and get a couple guys and reach a little bit.
Yep.
Personally.
Flip the board to get Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy on that team. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Flip the board. Yep.
That could work.
Grant says, how's my squad? GKS. Let's see. Grant's here.
Looks like not entirely a sidekick team. Lot of the sidekick hits, but not all. He's in the 3-hole.
Oh, 3-hole. There we go. Okay. We're almost up here on the clock. Chase Collins, Zay Flowers, Josh Jacobs, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Warren, Jaden Reed, Jonathan Brooks, Rashad White. Yeah, this is a good team. Mark Andrews, Stephon Diggs, Travis Hunter, Tank Bigsby, Debo Samuel, Gunnar Helm, Dontavian Wicks, Justice Hill, Micah. I like that team.
That's a fun team.
That is really nice. And he gets Lane at the end.
Yeah,
I'm digging it, man. You crushed this draft.
693. So who are the two quarterbacks? It was Lamar and Jaden.
Yeah,
right?
Jaden. Lamar
That's
and
fun.
Jaden.
Yeah, and he got Lamar stacked with Zay.
So we're up here. Devon Vile is at the top of the kick. I'm a Vile stan. All
right, let's do it.
Cool.
No objection.
No objection. Let's do it here. All right. So our final team out of the 1 spot: Gibbs, Pickens, Rice, Mike Evans, David Montgomery, Mekhi Lemon, Quentin Johnston, Blake Corum, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis, Keaton Missile, Omar Cooper Jr., Greg Dulcich, Dalton Schultz, Cade Otton, Sean Tucker, Eli Stowers, Charlie Kolar, and Devon Vile. What's funny, Neil, is with the last pick, I was going to try and talk you into Kevin Coleman, but he got drafted right before us, so I couldn't even try and make the Kevin Coleman case. But I know your guy D Brown is like all over Kevin Coleman. So
yeah, he made the case for him. So I've drafted him a couple times just because D Bro was so into him.
Yeah,
he's one of those that you never get on the sidekick. So I'm like, I don't usually think of him because he's not showing up anywhere there. But
yeah, you don't get any Miami outside of like Dulcich, Achan, and Malik Washington are like the only Miami guys. I've never seen like Tolbert, or I don't know about you, but any of those other Miami guys like Tutu, Caleb Douglas, None of those guys on the
No, me
kit.
neither. I didn't even know Tutu was on Miami.
Yeah, I think their receivers are because Chris Bell's there, but I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna start the year probably on the pup or something like that. So it's like Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, Caleb Douglas, Kevin Coleman Jr., Malik Washington is like that's their receiving core right there.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's
So,
pretty like tough to decipher that receiving core. Like who's gonna emerge as a wide receiver one?
yeah. Oh, I know, but it's like someone's got to catch the ball. And I watched like I've watched a few people like break down Malik Willis. It's like Malik Willis was pretty good last year, but the one thing I will say about Malik Willis, he definitely benefited from a team with some pretty good pass catchers and a good coaching staff. Now he goes from that to Miami. That is like the one thing, because I'm backing Malik Willis. I have a lot of money on Malik Willis here. I've drafted him a lot. That is the one thing I'm worried about, is like he is going from like the Green Bay Packers receiver core, which is pretty solid. Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden. I mean, Dontavian Wicks was their fifth guy, Neil, like that's a pretty good, like
it's a really good receiver. Like it's a really deep receiving room. Like it's not like they don't have like the elite top end talent, but like Christian Watson was pretty good last year.
Get on the field. You know what I mean? Like that was their sixth guy. Like, so yeah, like you said, deep. I wouldn't say it's like elite, like alpha, like elite.
Yeah.
But it's super deep for sure. So if you got like an injury or two, it's not a big deal. Like if Miami gets like one injury, like if Malik Washington goes down, you know what I mean? That's like massive for them. So how does he handle that? Is it just way more running? Like, does he just take off and run more? Because like at times,
2-man game with Devin Achane.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's his game. Like, because at times when you watch him, you know, he likes to escape the pocket, but he will like look down the field. Like he'll get his eyes back down the field, but like the short stuff, he's not like apt to just take. Like he's not one of those quarterbacks that just like, let me take the easy play, right? He wants to make the amazing play every single time. And I think that's what kills Achane. It's not Tua. Tough. Tua's going to take that check down every single time. Aaron Rodgers is going to take that check down every single time. You know, if you put Achane with Aaron Rodgers, we're picking him in the first round, and he's probably going fourth overall with Aaron Rodgers.
That would be such a great pairing for Achane.
You know what I mean? So like there's a huge difference in like Malik Willis, who wants to he wants to throw deep because he actually has a nice deep ball, or he wants to run. So he's always looking down the field, but he does not like to look short when he's in trouble, which is
hopefully they can coach him on that and like switch up his MO a little bit. Like, hey, this is your best player. Like, just get this guy the ball instead of throwing it down the field. Hopefully, but I
mean, I just don't know if they're going to be able to scheme up the way Mike McDaniels was able to scheme up, like manufacturing some like simple touches for Achane. But maybe they will. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they will, you know, manufacture him some more touches. But it is what it is. But Neil, I like our two teams we drafted. I think some pretty fun teams. We got a 5 tight end squad on one of them, which is always a fun time there. Shout out to the sidekick. But what do you got going on? Anything else here before we get out of here?
No, nothing else. I got my podcast tomorrow. Again, will be 4:30 Eastern live with Rich Rebar. If you don't want to catch it live, you can catch it wherever your podcast. Just look for Best Ball Whenever, or you can just search my name, Neil Orfield. That's it. That's all I've got the rest of the week. I'll also be tomorrow, JJ Zacharyson. Look for his podcast, Becoming a Best Ball Bro. I'll be the guest on that one coming out tomorrow. That's all I've got. How about you?
Love that, man. JJ doing some awesome work with that pod. And then you got your pod going with Rich. Can't wait to listen to those ones. I will say too, I would expect them to run more of these RPOs, but we'll see. Because Malik Willis is just a absolute weapon with the RPOs. But yeah, no, I got a show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time with Sacrilegious from Legendary Upside. 8 p.m. Eastern on this channel, or the Rumper Sports channel and the Leg Up channel. So check that show out. Tomorrow we'll be drafting some with the Sidekick, talking through some of the new inputs with the Sidekick, seeing some of the new players they're on, and seeing if I can poke holes in any that they aren't on. And, should be a fun time. So check that show out later. And then Thursday with my guy Felix Castro at, I think, 8:30 on Thursday here. So that's what I got going for the week for best ball. And then Sunday I do a high stakes draft, try and draft the 555 on Sunday in the afternoon, normally around 1 or 2. So that'll be on this channel here. So yeah, check those shows out and hit the like button on your way out, guys. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us for just about 2 hours. And we'll be back next Tuesday, same time, same place. For Neil, I'm JSU. Good luck in your best ball drafting over on DraftKings. We'll catch you guys later. We're out.